Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope everyone is well. I want to talk about SoFi. I want to talk about Tesla. I really, honest to God, think these are two stocks that it's not like, should I get them? Should I be in them? When should I do this? I think these are two things that you need to be a part of. I really do. These are. A lot of people, I go to, this is a perfect time to bring this up, but go to family events, holiday things like this, see friends, see family, things like of that nature. I always have certain people come up to me or find out, that I'm really into stocks and all this kind of stuff, investing, and they're like, "Man, if I had a couple dollars here, what should I be focusing on right now?" And there's always a handful of stocks that I always can bring out and talk about and be enthusiastic about, and say like, these are things that you really should pay attention to, because the adoption, the software, everything this company is doing it's just very unique, and they're probably going to be their own ecosystem into the future. And two of those companies are always SoFi. It's always usually SoFi is number one, but two, it's Tesla. And when I say Tesla, and we'll talk about Tesla real fast, I don't want to talk about it long here, but when I talk about Tesla, immediately I see someone's face go like, Tesla, because it's either political, or it's either like, that's a really expensive stock, where it's like, they only have the cars, right? I'm like, no. So talking about Tesla, this is where I'm a huge Tesla nerd, in the sense of like what this company is doing, what they're gonna do. So this is where I say, like, I think in the next decade, starting now, 10 years from now, we could easily see two more stock splits with Tesla. Okay. Not to mention, probably this time next year, I would highly be suspicious if we're not talking about a stock split, okay? What is going to happen with this stock in the next 10 years, okay? Next year, just next year alone, we are talking about, oh my God, we're talking about Optimus coming out. Optimus is the robot. What is that going to look like in society? How does that day-to-day affect, businesses, people? What does it look like in the limelight of, just going into social media, famous people, just people buying Optimus? What does this look like? How does that transfer into the market? What does that transfer into revenue with Tesla? Maybe, it's just getting integrated into day-to-day life, and, sales come later on, 2-3 years from now. Either way, it's going to do well. How could robots not do well into the future? Then we have robotaxi. Okay, that's a whole nother, that is like an hour conversation of what that is going to do revenue-wise. It's insane. Those two things. Then you have the new generation of cars that Elon has been hinting at, what they're going to do. Elon has even went as far recently to say something about one of his next vehicles that are coming out will hover something, fly something. He won't give details other than that. The technology on this car is so advanced. We've never seen this before. So I look at Tesla, and this is what makes things very expensive in the market, okay? This is why stocks get very expensive, when they're unique, when they can be so different, so radical, that they have a market onto their own. Right now, you have to realize that Tesla has markets all to itself. I would generally say at this point, and I think there might be a lot more agreement with this now than there was even last year, where we can easily say that Tesla has essentially won the EV market here again. They're proving that they are going to hold the crown. And we've had this inundated field of EV companies, but essentially the ones from the last 5 years, a lot of them are just not doing good. They've either gone under. Obviously, Tesla is already part of the Mag 7, but, really think about what we're looking at here in the next 5-10 years, man. I mean, we're talking about a company that has 3 monumental pillars of revenue coming in that other companies only maybe have one of those revenues or none. What, this is why someone like Kathy Woods or Dan Ives or, a lot of these big investors, why they say are having insane optimistical, big price targets on Tesla, because there could be these, just what we know of right now, 3 mammoths size revenues coming in to one company. It's very interesting to think about. This is why Tesla could be its own. It essentially is becoming not. It's becoming its own ecosystem. I get tongue-tied talking about it because it's just so exciting to think for an investor that you get to be a part of this along with the ride. Man, I told someone here yesterday. I said, like, man, even if you could do $5, $10, $20 weekly, monthly, just put your finger in the water. That's really what you're trying to do, because it will do well for you. It will do well for you. It's going to do nothing but go up. That's the main thing that you really have to put in your head. Not, man, is this going to go up? Is this going to work? No, it's going to go up. Tesla stock will always go up. It will always, always, always do well. It's that easy. It's that easy. It is literally that easy. No matter where we see the world spin next, Tesla stock is going to continue to push into aggressive behavior. It's been proven nonstop to continue to do that. So this is why I say you need it. You need them. You need it. You need Tesla. You need it. More than likely, we're going to see Tesla at $500 here soon. Obviously we've seen Tesla at $500 before the last split, but I really do feel like there's going to be 2 more splits within the next decade. I think there's going to be one before we know it, and that could be an understatement, just 2. One thing that we've seen in the last 2 to 3 years in the market that is a very broader statement and view of the overall market is that AI has no bounds. It has no limits. It can bring in as much revenue and find as much revenue as it wants. And we're seeing this right now with all the Mag 7. All the Mag 7 is breaking into new revenue. I mean, NVIDIA is a whole nother conversation. Even Microsoft, Meta, they're all finding new revenue. Amazon, Apple. There were so many people that, like, 2 years ago, they're like, I don't think Apple's going to do much more. Whatever. What are you talking about? There's no reason that things will stop here, especially when you have a company like Tesla that's about to start. They're about to start. Do you understand that word? Start the robotics industry. They are about to start the robotics industry. What does that look like? We're going to find out. It's probably going to be pretty expensive. Probably. And then SoFi, my sweet, sweet SoFi. SoFi, like I said, is always that number one stock. It's that company that I always go into deep conversation. I literally had a deep conversation with 2 friends here a few weeks ago at a Mexican restaurant where I was like, listen, SoFi, you have to know what is going on with SoFi. Like, this company is doing all of the right things when it comes to pushing into a technology-based bank and finding, this younger generation at the right time, right place. And what this stock could look like in the next 5 years it's almost like a cheat code for investors. It really is. This SoFi, what SoFi will end December 31st of this year, I don't know. I think we'll have more of a clear answer here when the Feds meet back up here. December 10th, I think, is when they meet. If we're going to get this rate cut or not, which it seems like we're going to get the rate cut, obviously. But we'll have a better understanding here. This could be a monumental closeout to the end of the year here. And here's the thing, too. I am very much on the side right now of the very, aggressive conversation of, like, I think the market might start off pretty good going into 2026, where what do we know what's coming in January? What do we know what's coming in February? Quarterlies! Hey, by the way, we got that rate cut in December. Hey, by the way, we're closer to Jerome Powell getting out of the Fed chair. And Trump's going to put someone in there that is going to do rate cuts when he wants rate cuts. Fight for him at least and get us closer to bigger rate cuts. However you feel about that, I don't know. It's not my business, but that's just what we know as investors. So yeah, I think there's a strong conversation to go like, this might be a great year here for tech once again. It might be a super duper year for bank stocks, ETFs. That's kind of where my head's at right now. I'm not really going in 2026 like it's gonna be the AI collapse. Oh my God, the AI bubble. Oh my God, the Trump's gonna see the market. Oh my God, that's not me. I am not doing that conversation right now. I'm not gonna be that person. I was not that person this time last year. I am certainly not that person right now. I am very much like, I don't know that the market's gonna be as aggressive as it was last year. Well, this year, what I'm talking about, 2025. But even, the market could slow down going in 2026 more than what we've had this year with being so aggressive, but it could still be a great year. We could just have a market next year that's just steadily climbing slower than it has this year and still do well. And we just watch these companies that we invest in really start to have like monumental steps into bigger revenue, pushing their products. This is really, that makes a good market. That makes a good year for you as an investor. Really think about that. So yeah, I'm very much in the positive zone right now with the market starting next year. I mean, this is why why I've been preaching the last 3 weeks. If we don't get the rate cut in December, there's a lot of rate cuts coming in the beginning of the year, no doubt about it, because Jerome Powell's going to be gone. But if we can get this one in December, okay, great. We'll take it. The market wants it, so we'll take it. Friends, I want to wish y'all the best of luck. I'm so excited about Sofi. I'm so excited about Tesla. I am so nerding out about these two things, these two stocks, but I really just, these are going to be monumental 100% companies for the next decade. And I'm so excited to see what they do with technology, both of them. What SoFi really pushes into here with technology, and obviously what Tesla looks like here with, building robots and robotaxi and cars and all this kind of stuff. It's just unbelievable. Friends, have a great day and enjoy your leftovers. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.